Welcome! Today's lesson is on rational exponents. We all know that a basic integer exponent means that we take whatever the base is and we times it by itself the number of times the exponent says. So x to the third would be x times x times x. Hopefully, we all remember what a zero exponent means. If I do a zero on any number other than zero itself, it's equal to 1. Also, we hopefully have got down our negative exponents. If I give you x to the negative 2, that means I'm taking 1 and I'm dividing it by x squared, or 2x's. But now the real question is what is a fractional or rational exponent? If I gave you x to the 1/2 power. So it's not a negative and it's not an integer. Let's first lead into this by doing a simple square root. If I ask you what the square root of 9 is, hopefully you're all very comfortable telling me that's 9. If I or that's 3, not 9, that's 3. If I ask you what the square root of 9 is again, that's going to be 3. So 3 times 3, right, is equal to 9. So what I'm emphasizing here is that when I multiply two square roots together, I have eliminated the square roots. They kind of like two square roots cancel, leaving just the number that's underneath. Now let's do that same thing this way. Let's go 9 to the 1/2 power times 9 to the 1/2 power equals. Now, if we actually take these 9 to the 1/2 and we use the property of exponents, what do we do with these two exponents? We add them together. So that's equal to the 9 to the 1/2 plus another 1/2, because we're adding those two exponents, which is 9 to the 1, or just 9. So if it's just 9, then this number must be 3, just like the square root of 9 is 3. And hopefully you remember that a square root, we really actually have a little number here we don't write. It's a 2. And so this 2 in the denominator of our rational exponent is a root. So as another example, let's do the third root of 8 times the third root of 8 times the third root of 8. Well, if I'm doing a third root and I do it 3 times, this is really going to equal 8. And if you're unsure, the third root of 8 is 2, because 3 2's multiplied together times another 2, this is 2, times another 2 is equal to 8. So the third root of 8 is 2, and so if I multiply 3 of those third root of 8's together, I'll get 8. Well, guess then what 8 to the 1/3 power is. Because if I times that by 8 to the 1/3 power times 8 to the 1/3 power, that's equal to just plain old 8. Because what's 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3? It's 1, or 8. So this 8 to the 1/3 is really the same as the third root of 8, or it's 2. This one is 2, and this one is 2. And we get 2 times 2 is 8. So what you'll be doing is you're going to be evaluating numbers with rational roots. Now, don't over confuse it. All I would recommend doing is always do the denominator first, because the numerator does mean something. So let's do an example. Let's take, say, 81, and we raise it to the 1/2 power. Well, that bottom number of our exponent 2 means I'm going to do a square root of 81, and the top number is my power. I'm going to raise it to the 1 power. So the square root of 81 is 9. 9 to the 1 power is just 9. But wonder if that top number and bottom number both were different than 1. I mean, let's do this. Let's do 81 to the 3/4 power. Okay, well, 3/4 power. Just remember, the bottom number, the denominator of our rational exponent, is a root. So that means I'm going to take the 4th root of 81. And I'm then going to take whatever that fourth root of 81 is and raise it to the numerator, or the third power. Well, the fourth root of 81 is 3. And if you're unsure, take 3 and multiply it by itself 4 times. 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27, times 3 is 81. So the fourth root of 81 is 3, but now I'm going to raise it to the third power, and I get 27. So 81 to the 3/4 power is 27. Let's do one more very quickly. Let's do something like, I don't know, 64 to the 5/6 power. Okay, well, that's basically the sixth root of 64 raised to the 5th power. Well, what is the sixth root of 64? If you'll take the time to think about it, I'll bet you'll come out with it being 2. And I'm going to raise that now to the 5th power. And 2 to the 5th power is 32. So 64 to the 5/6 power is equal to 32. Work on these and practice them. If you have more questions, please feel free to email me or contact me during class.